thanks. That makes me feel real comforting inside.
Luckily, we've caught up in tech, not completely, but a lot. Our unit designs overall aren't as great, but our size can more than make up for it if you have enough time to build up. Oh, they're scrambling for Baghdad. Oh, man. Oh, it's such a push. It's such a push. Oh, there's a bridge leading into Baghdad as well. That would explain why.
Well, hopefully if they can just hold them there.
They're not going to be able to.
I know.
Who do you think will fall to the Israelis next? The Kurds? Honestly, I'm amazed that the Iraqis have even held this long.
I'm surprised they went straight for Iraq. I don't know, maybe Israel will go after Jordan or Lebanon next.
Yeah, I mean, those targets would make more sense and they'd be easier than Iraq. But as we see, they have absolutely no problem killing Iraq. They don't even need the Merkavas. They have enough boxcars. Oh, speaking of Merkavas, holy shit! Here comes a swarm of Merkavas. Oh, yeah. And all that's left is 2 ATs on...
Hey,
looks
check
like
out
Baghdad.
Egypt's on the move.
Oh, yeah. Looks like they were probably going to help or something. They're not going to make it in time. Yeah, they're going to help. They're actually going to help is what they're doing. They're not going to make it in time, though. Wow, that's so cool, but they're too late. Baghdad just fell.
Yeah.
I doubt Iraq's going to last long enough. But Egypt is literally sending a massive military force to try to help. The problem is the fucking travel time is too long. They have troops more than halfway there, but... you know, unless Israel fights all the way down to Al-Basra, it's just not going to happen. Iraq's already lost all of their money, half of their population, all of their good locations. Their new capital's up in the north, defended by no more than a garrison. Amazing that they haven't surrendered yet, but... wow, that's so cool that Egypt's actually going to help, though. That means they have a mutual defense pact or something.
Yeah, because if it was a full-on alliance, they would have just declared war on Israel. Or maybe not, but...
they might have, yeah. That would have been interesting, watching Israel fight a two-front war. I feel like we would have been obliged to take part at that point.
Yeah.
Because if Israel won that, it would be devastating. But it would be the best time we'd ever have to try to stop them. How has Iraq not surrendered yet? Their military approval rating's down to 42. They're out of money. They have, like, nothing left, and they're still fighting.
They could transfer their capital one more time to Al-Basra, and if that gives it enough time for Egyptian forces to get in there, then...
start landing? I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. They're sending a lot, yeah, but the biggest chunk of the forces are too far away. Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, they're really. What
Oh
the
my
hell?
God. Israel declared war on Saudi Arabia. What do we do?
They're your allies.
Yeah, but this is the start of something bigger. Like Egypt is about to get involved. Saudi Arabia has now just elongated the war. Iraq is about to fall. This is a crisis we have on our hands here. I have
mutual
100%
defense pact.
war justification towards these fuckers.
I do too.
Huh. We could get involved right now. Do you think we could actually do it?
I think we could, but it'd be a good idea to stage our troops first. Start landing in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, you know, I feel like landing in Egypt might be better.
Egypt?
Because all their other troops, they're off on a war path, right? We could send all of our troops that we have available
and open up
into
a second.
Egypt and push right up to the capital, you know?
Yeah, open up a second, or in this case, actually, it'd be a third freaking front. Alright, yeah, screw it. Let's go to Egypt.
Egypt might get involved anyway, though. Alright, let's save the game.
Yeah, definitely do that.
Too bad you don't have Iran. You could just go right through Iran. Do you think you could land in Kuwait and try to save Iraq, actually? Because you have Kuwait, and they're not invading Kuwait. You can use that as a defensive point. And you're far closer to Iraq than I am. Do you think you could go there?
I can also cross straight through Iran.
Oh, yeah, you can.
You have full transit rights.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I would try that. See if you can just get into them from the east to keep them off Saudi Arabia and maybe save Iraq, and then I'll go around the long way into Egypt and then see if I can pounce on their capital.
All right.
Well, this is something I didn't expect to be happening. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and here I was thinking, nice little easy war against Sri Lanka. Now I'm about to go in. I'm about to go all the way into Iraq.
Yup.
Get plenty of artillery selected here.
Alright, I think my forces are ready to move.
I'm still getting most of mine.
Let me know when you're ready to unpause.
All my T-90s out there. It's probably the only thing right now that can stand against the Merkavas.
Yeah, for real. Oh man, this is crazy. This is not what I expected to happen next. What did you say, Africa?
No, I thought maybe like if it was going to be Israel, maybe they might have picked like Jordan or Lebanon next, not fucking Saudi Arabia.
Well, Saudi, luckily, is very underdeveloped, so it will be hard for the Israelis to push through all of it. Iraq has amazingly held on this far. Egypt may end up getting involved. We'll want to keep an eye on that.
Okay, I'm almost done. Just getting my infantry now.
You think anyone else is going to get involved now?
I don't know. We'll see.
I feel like Egypt has a good chance of getting involved. But Israel is the one declaring the wars right now. Hope Saudi Arabia comes out of this okay, because they're our richest, most successful ally.
All right. Go ahead and unpause.
Okay. I've declared war. Oh man, Saudi planes are just scrambling over these, or Israeli planes are scrambling over like Saudi border forces right now. Iraq's still just falling apart. I see your troops are starting to get on the move. Looks like their efficiency isn't quite up to snuff. But
well, I haven't had them deployed. I'm trying to find a damn airstrip where I can land my planes. In Kuwait. Kuwait not even have a freaking airstrip?
They do, yeah. Just to the west of Al Jarrah, they have an airfield. All Israeli troops are going south, cutting through Iraq to start fighting the land forces of Saudi Arabia.
Alright, I'm declaring war.
Alright, let's go. Oh my god. Pretty much all of the fucking Israeli troops from Iraq are just immediately cutting into the Saudis. Oh, this is... Well, nobody's borders are coming out of this unchanged in the Middle East. Israel has started the most insane regional war we've seen since South Korea.
Oh my god.
Oh, they're doing it in the north. Yeah, Israel's just taken a hard fucking turn and started pushing into Saudi Arabia now. They're not even finishing off Iraq at this point. Iraq still has a little bit of troops, but they're basically out of the fight. They just haven't surrendered yet is all. But there's a fuck ton of Saudi troops that are just cutting in there, doing their best to meet the Israeli push, but it doesn't look like luck is going to be on the Saudis' side. Their borders are definitely going to come out of this looking different. But the Egyptian troops, though, are still on their way. And in fact, the Egyptian troops are about to land in Iraq. And when that happens, the Egyptians are going to push up through Iraq, which is going to give Israel another front to focus on. But what we're seeing right now is probably the entire Saudi military right now. This is probably all of it. This is probably all of it. And honestly, Israel looks ready for it. But Israel's having big supply issues in the south due to that hard turn they took. So hopefully that will actually help our allies. Let's see how their losses are going.
I'm giving the Saudis what air support I can.
The Saudis are actually killing more than they're losing. That's amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. Hopefully that keeps up. I have 57 units that are all bunched up together and many more following that are now leaving Indonesia and about to pass by Sri Lanka, heading west, and I'm going to take them up northwest towards the Suez. I'm actually going to land directly on southern Israeli territory in Eilat, their southernmost port. It's barely defended. And I'm just going to try to do that.
Okay, we got Egyptian troops arriving. We got my troops arriving now.
Awesome. Yeah, the Saudis are having a major fight. The fight in the south has fizzled out because the Israelis ran out of supply there. But in the north, the Israelis are filled with supply and pushing really, really hard. It's a swarm of like ancient, quote unquote ancient. I actually have a lot of these troops. Saudi troops versus the insane amount of Israelis pushing. The Egyptian troops have indeed arrived, and they are already starting to push up through Iraqi territory. You know, let me, I'm gonna get mutual defense with the Iraqis since we're already involved in this war anyway. And here comes your troops having arrived in Iraq. I see you sent them all to Kuwait. If you push out directly through Iran, by the way, or Kurdistan, you can actually claim whatever land you get as your own, rather than for Iraq.
From Baghdad?
But that's only if the Egyptians don't push up towards Baghdad fast enough. But if you can get access to move through like Kurdistan, you can move like in on the northern part of Israel and claim that land as your own.
Oh.
Not the biggest deal,
my,
but if that's something you want.
Diplomatic relationship with Kurdistan is no good.
Okay. You can still probably sneak your way in through western Iran, where the Egyptians and Israelis are currently fighting. You could come in behind the Israelis that are fighting with the Egyptians right now. Southwest of Kermanshah, southwest of the capital of Iran. The Saudi troops on the front line are starting to slack, I'll tell you that much. Oh boy. Saudis are no longer killing more than they're losing. They've killed 58 and lost 71. The Israelis are maintaining the best KDR in the fucking world at this rate. Oh, I see you're just moving right through Israeli territory. Oh, you're going to try to get all the ones that are out of supply? Good luck.
Yep.
Hopefully you don't run out of supply. Do good damage, brother. Brother Muslim.
That's what happens when you flank. I'm gonna cut right through them, slit them in two.
Oh, dude, you're slaughtering them. Dude, you're slaughtering them. Wow, and you're completely cutting them off. That's a risky move because you might end up with supply issues yourself. But hopefully the Iraqi supply can keep up better than the Israeli supply. Because you just cut through them like a knife through butter. Now, if you collapse in on him, that's a lot of fucking kills. Dude, you just killed like 30 Iraqi troops right there. That's like a third of their losses since the start of the game. You just killed. And oh, that's just going up. Nice fucking move. Big damage. The Israelis on the Saudi front are starting to lack as well. And these Saudis have reclaimed their western borders. Dude, I think we can do this.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, look, you've claimed some land. If you push through that land to the north, you'll claim everything you go through. Iraq will suffer for it, but you'll get land. Oh, dude, you're just slaughtering them. The Saudis, I think, are helping you as well. Yeah, they are. You and the Saudis are just gonna slaughter these units. Wow, that's such amazing damage. I have money. Let me try to fund insurgency, maybe. I don't know, actually. Their military approval is starting to die due to what they are losing. But the Israelis are pushing south into your push, and your supplies have actually been cut off. Uh-oh.
Up to refocus, shift north.
You want to probably just get your fucking troops out of there. I don't know if you have the supply.
It's the Saudis have supply, but that Iraqi territory does not. You need to relink it if possible. Get your supply back.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. There we go.
There you go. All right, you've relinked it. Supply will start to travel. Whew. And losses so far? Oh, dude, you have single-handedly doubled their amount of losses total. That's fucking fantastic. And while the Iraqis have taken a bite out of the Saudis, I see even some of your troops are helping them push forward. Very good progress pushing back towards Baghdad. And a lot more Egyptian troops are about to arrive in Iraq. You've definitely dealt a very good blow to them.
Oh, game froze, damn it. Come on.
Yeah. My first gigantic force of about 57 units, plus more, have now passed Sri Lanka. They're passing by India right now and approaching the Suez.
I see him. Wow.
Hopefully, you guys are doing enough damage over there. By the time I arrive, I'll be able to deliver some kind of fatal blow directly up the core of Israel into their capital. That's the hope. Your troops in southern Iraq are just taking so many supplies. You're barely maintaining enough to shoot. But the Saudis have basically reclaimed their front. I can't believe the Iraqis didn't surrender. More Egyptians are landing right now as we speak. What happened?
That's a good thing they sure as hell didn't.
Even if they did, it wouldn't have changed very much, except that they've guaranteed all these Egyptian troops a place to land. I won the election.
That's good.
Yeah. And my treaty integrity's probably gone up. Nah, it hasn't changed much. Usually, when you declare war on someone that declares war on your ally, you get treaty integrity. But actually, you know, the funny thing is, I wasn't even called into war by the Saudis. They didn't actually call me in to help them. Man, the Saudis are cornering some Israeli troops now that they have the frontage to be able to do that. I don't think Iraq's going to recover from this war, but I think the Saudis are going to grow. I think the Saudis are going to probably end up claiming most of Iraq with the way it's going.
Oh, that they're pushing in towards Baghdad?
Yeah. The Saudis are probably going to get most of that land. So the Saudi borders are going to grow by the end of this. The Egyptians didn't declare war, so they're not going to get anything. The Iraq will be lucky to have a fraction of what it did have. I'm just going to support Iraq's government throughout this. This is an easy way to get an alliance at the end of the day. My tourism's down, but my inflation is up just due to the sheer amount of war spending. You know, if Jordan and Lebanon got involved, I feel like they could do some good damage, but they're not going to get involved by the looks of it. Let me try and buy a line of sight treaty with Jordan so I could see into their territory a little better.
Supply.
It looks like most of the Egyptian troops that made their way into Iraq have already arrived. It doesn't look like they're putting up as much of a fight as I was hoping. They're definitely keeping some Israelis distracted, though. I see most of your troops are just fucking dead in terms of supply right now.
Yeah, they are. I can't really.
The problem is they're on now your territory that doesn't have any way to get fed supplies.
Gotta move them into Iraqi territory so they can get supplied.
Yeah, and then if you want to claim territory, like I said, you can head up into Iran and attack through them. Yeah, you can probably just go rest in Iraq a little bit in order to get supply, and then push out. If you can get even one town, you'll start generating supply. But you did the most devastating blow to them in this war already. The Saudis' KDR is pretty even right now, which is good. The Israelis' KDR is amazing, but overall, their losses are starting to be staggering. They probably don't have enough troops. I see you've actually pushed some troops up through Jordan. I don't know if that was intentional, but I see that you've done it. I'm actually going to change my ROE to accept medium casualties, just to ensure progress once I arrive. The Egyptians are pushing up through Iraqi territory. They're making some good progress.
To push up towards Damascus.
Oh, it looks like you actually got a town. Oh, yes, you did. Now you have some supply generation. Nice. Poor Iraq is not going to look the same after this. Alright, I'm getting line of sight with Jordan. I can now see through them. Okay, looks like I'll be able to do some good damage when I arrive. Hopefully my push can be sustained. I'm now sailing through the coastal waters of Yemen with my initial force. I have a much larger force, like 3 times the size of my initial force, coming up behind that is approaching the waters of Yemen. At this point, I'm just hoping I don't arrive too late for the party. I'm moving as fast as merchant marines can go. Israel looks like they're already having trouble maintaining this entire front, though. Their military support, their approval rating is still staying high, though. And they still have a lot of Merkavas, but their Merkavas aren't enough to save them right now from the sheer mass of Saudi troops that they are facing. Not to mention trying to take care of your troops, as well as the Egyptian troops that are helping Iraq little bit by little bit.
I can just build a supply. Oh, I can.
You can, yeah. It's your territory. You can. Although it will take supplies to build it, and it might take a little bit to actually build it. Every town you capture will grant you supply. Keep that in mind.
Right.
Yeah, it will take you like 60 days just to get that depot going, assuming constant supply is maintained. So you'd probably be better off just taking whatever towns you can. Military goods have gone up in price. Sadly, we are at the forefront of this war, so we won't benefit too much monetarily. My troops are starting to get towards the edge of Yemen. My second larger force is now inside of Yemen's waters.
I wonder if I can reach out to Baghdad before the Saudis do.
Just in case, I'm getting whatever other land forces I have remaining just headed over to the west. I doubt they'll be needed. The Saudis, I feel like, are doing really, really well by themselves. Throw in yourself and the Egyptians. Currently, it's mainly the Saudis, and the Israelis don't even seem to be able to maintain their front against the Saudis. Even at this point, I don't know. They could probably still beat the Saudis if the Saudis were the only ones they were fighting. It's just the sheer area they have to spread their troops across is really problematic for them. I see the Egyptians are doing a good job in pushing that front, although they're running into a wall of boxcars and Merkavas.
Yeah, I'm trying to secure the other flank over here.
Yeah, you're pushing up the center. The Saudis are basically maintaining that entire western front. The Israelis have lost over 200 units so far. They have the second highest casualties in the world of all living nations. The Saudis are maintaining their roughly even ratio of losses. Your kills are doing amazing. And Egypt's even getting in some kills, although they're not doing much better than the Saudis. Your progress is doing a lot better.